Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one we have a bunch of different things to talk about. It's going to be a mix of some crazy update stuff. We got so many new things to talk about due to the AMA that they did. They answered a bunch of questions, so we got things to talk about like planes are going to be vaulted. That's right, I'll go over the details about that. The possibility of stuff like Risky Reels returning, details about the Battle Pass for Season 8, just so many new things to talk about. And on top of that, I'm also going to be talking about the new overtime challenge that released today, going over those a little bit, including like the location of the racetrack, the dance club, things like that. Now, if you enjoyed this video and find it helpful and want to help support me, you can do so by using my supporter creator code TheLlamaSir in the item shop. That is simply TheLlamaSir. And reminder guys, the code you have put in resets every 14 days, so if it's been around that time, make sure to double check and re-input my code if you want to continue to support me, and huge thanks to all of you who have been doing so. On top of that guys, be sure to leave a like down below. Let's see if we can get 5,000 likes for new info, challenges, stuff like that, and also comment what skin are you guys using right now. For me, it's one of the soccer skins. I've honestly been a big fan of using those. But without further ado, let's jump on into it here. First of all, with a bit of update news. As I said earlier, Epic Games just did an AMA, which is basically like people could ask them questions over on Reddit and they would answer them. So we got a bunch of cool info and things to talk about in that. So let's go over that stuff right now, and then also we'll talk about the challenges in a bit. But like the first main thing that I want to go over here is, you know what, let's talk about something fairly big. You know, ranked has been a huge topic in the Fortnite Battle Royale community, and they did say a couple of things about it. Granted, it's nothing like specific, and honestly it's kind of open up to interpretation, but I still wanted to get you guys the info on what they said about it, because ranked has been something that a lot of people have been talking about, whether that's, doing it as a separate mode, have skill-based matchmaking, whatever it is. It's been a, pretty big topic. So basically what they said about this in regards to like, ranked in general, they say that we believe the key pillars for competition are compete whenever you want, measure and communicate your skill, and be challenged. And then they also go on to say pop-up cups are a first small step in this direction, expect lots of iteration. So again, that's nothing too specific, but there's a couple of interesting things you can pick out of that. The first of which is that compete whenever you want. This is not how pop-up cups work, because you can't compete whenever you want. Pop-up cups are at a specific time. You cannot compete outside of those time frames. So with that being said, it makes it seem like they're referencing something else, maybe like a ranked mode that's on all the time. Again, that's just a guess, nothing concrete, but I find it interesting that they would say compete whenever you want. Now on top of that, they also say that pop-up cups are a first small step in this direction, meaning that it does seem like they have plans to expand, ranked type of play, especially when they say expect lots of iterations. So it does seem like they're going to be working on different things and maybe trying different things out. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what that is, but overall it is definitely pretty interesting. Now after that guys, let's talk about the possibility of Risky Reels coming back. Risky Reels is one of those like community favorite locations, and also I guess you could include really any location that's disappeared. Maybe Moisty Mire, you know how that disappeared, or I shouldn't say disappeared, more so changed with the seasons, but then again I'm in the desert biome sort of replaced it. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically Risky Reels is the main part about this. So first of all, this was in response to a question asked by user Flaming Leo on Reddit, and he said specifically, are there any plans on bringing back old popular POIs points of interest such as Risky Reels? And in response to this, they said nothing like this is ever off the table with a winky face. So yeah guys, that's definitely very, very vague, but I find it very interesting that they did say that nothing like this is ever off the table. And that emoji makes it seem like maybe they do have plans to bring back some of those old points of interest. Risky Reels would definitely make sense as something that could be brought back, but maybe they're talking about some other ones, like maybe Moisty Mire, the factories. I could even see Greasy Grove. Again, we don't know for sure. This is a very, non-specific thing, but I'm interested to see, like, maybe we'll see something in Season 8. It's hard to say, but I think that response is definitely pretty interesting and something to take note of. Now after that guys, there's a cool detail about the new Battle Pass, but before we get into that, I don't know exactly if this is anything even really to take note of, but I still wanted to bring it up just in case, and I also want to get your guys' opinion on it, so please leave a comment down below what you think. But there was a question in regards to the Zapotron, and RZE Live from Epic Games responded, the what? With a thinking emoji and also a cloud with a lightning bolt. So honestly, I bring that up because I have no idea what that means. Does that mean like they're hinting at it? Is it just a joke that it's never going to come back, but they still acknowledge that it was something in the game? It's just really really hard to tell what they're saying. They're being so secretive about stuff like this. So that's why I still wanted to bring it up, because, you know, if it has to do with the Zapotron, any response from Epic Games about the Zapotron I think is newsworthy. So yeah, we also talked about in a previous video that it would make sense that it could be possible. Well, maybe that in like Unvaulted, who knows, maybe the Zapotron can come back in that. But either way, I personally would love to see the Zapotron. I never got to try it. So yeah, definitely pretty interesting. After that then though, let's talk a bit about something to do with the Season 8 Battle Pass, because this is a question I was wondering for a while, and we actually got a answer about it, and it has to do with the Battle Bundle, which, as you guys know, in the past was generally like you would get 25 tiers. It cost a bit more, but you would get those 25 tiers as like a head start. But obviously, if a lot of people are getting the Season 8 Battle Pass for free with the overtime challenges, what is going to happen to that Battle Bundle? Are people still going to be able to get it? Well, that was kind of the question that's been floating around, and Epic Games did make a response about this. So specifically, what they said is that yes, the Season 8 Battle Bundle will be available at a discount for players who earn a Season 8 Battle Pass via the overtime challenges. So yeah, guys, there you go. There's our answer for what is going to be happening with the Battle Bundle and how it'll work with the Season 8 Battle Pass. You'll be able to get the Battle Bundle at a discount, and it's hard to say what that discount may be. I mean, I would assume it would be a discount of like 950 V-Bucks, since that's generally the price of the Battle Pass, at least in the past, but again, we don't know for sure, so we're going to have to wait and see about that. Now after that then, let's talk about planes. Yes, planes are going to be vaulted. Let's just start off with that right away. It's a pretty big news, whether or not you're a fan of the planes or not. They are going to be vaulted. Now specifically what they said about this is that planes will be vaulted at the start of Season 8. Get your airtime in now. So yeah, you only have about like 5 or so days to continue to use planes, and then in Season 8 they are going to be vaulted. So that is definitely a big change, and it leaves me to wonder that maybe we'll see a different form of mobility in Season 8. It would make sense, but maybe we'll have to theorize about that in a separate video. Either way, guys, whether or not you're a fan of planes, they are going to be vaulted. For sure, that's pretty interesting. So definitely comment your thoughts on that down below. What do you think of the planes being vaulted? And speaking of that, speaking of vehicles in general, apparently there is a new vehicle in the works. Now, we don't have a lot of details about it. In fact, we really only have one detail about it, but still, we know that a new vehicle is in the works, and that's definitely something to talk about. So basically, the only detail we really got about it is that they said we're working on a new single occupancy vehicle. So yeah, guys, very simple, but that does confirm that obviously they're working on a new vehicle. But the other part that is interesting about that is that it is single occupancy, meaning that only one player can use it at a time, similar to how the drift boards are something that only one person can use. And honestly, that is pretty interesting, because I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, the drift board is currently the only single occupancy vehicle in the game. I mean, technically you have carts, which can carry 2 people, you have the quad crasher, which can carry 2 people, the ATK and also the storm wings, both of those can carry more than 2 players. So yeah, I think the drift board is the only single player vehicle at the moment. So that's pretty interesting. What could it be? Could it be a dirt bike or something? I really have no idea. I'm just trying to think of like what type of vehicle would be one person, and we already have like the quad crasher, which is technically a 4-wheeler, but some sort of motorcycle. I think that'd be a good guess. But what do you guys think? Do you have any guesses of what this new vehicle could possibly be? I'm curious to see what you guys come up with. Then after that, guys, real quick, something that I found pretty funny, and then we'll jump into like a quick overview of the challenges, the new ones. But Thomas Jr. 260 had asked, will the building in Tilted ever be safe? And he's talking about the building that constantly gets destroyed. It's honestly a pretty funny joke that's been ongoing, and they responded to this with like a shrug emoji, and also, is anything ever really safe? So I find that very interesting. It seems to be implying that this building will probably be destroyed. So yeah, guys, I had to bring it up, that poor building. But after that, guys, let's go ahead and jump into some of the challenges and stuff. In case you guys need help with that, I'm not going to talk too much about these because a couple of them are fairly simple, like play matches of Driftin' with a friend. If you watched some of my previous guide videos for these overtime challenges, you probably know the best way of going about doing that type of challenge. And also you have outlast 75 opponents in a single match, which is one of the other fairly easy challenges. But then on top of that, you also have thank the bus driver in different matches, which is pretty simple as well. But in case you don't know how to do that, I'll show you how to do that. And also search chests or ammo boxes at a racetrack or a dance club. I will show you the locations of those. So yeah, guys, again, play matches of Driftin' with a friend. I think you guys already probably know the best way of doing that. So let's just go ahead on to outlast 75 opponents in a single match. Now, honestly, for this one, guys, it's fairly simple. And the way that I personally prefer to do a challenge like this is to simply go into solo. I feel like solo games, you know, get to under 25 players fairly fast. Like in squads, you obviously have people more spaced out because they're moving together in groups. ships, and when they do get into fights, they can revive their teammates, and it just feels like it makes it take a while longer to get that player count down. So I would recommend solo. Now after that, then let's talk about the search chests or ammo boxes at a racetrack or a dance club. This one is probably the toughest. It's not really that hard, but the tough part about it is obviously that you need to go to a racetrack or a dance club. So where are those things? Well, first of all, the racetrack is probably the more obvious of the two. So with that being said, you might actually want to go to the dance club because it may be a bit more quiet, but then on the other hand, the racetrack is probably a bit bigger. So first of all, for the racetrack, where is that? Well, it is on the east side of the map, the very east side of the map. If you look over there, it's the ATK racetrack. So during your games, if you drop over there, you can go to the different buildings, loot in there. They got chests, also got ammo boxes. And as a reminder, guys, definitely keep an eye out for ammo boxes because those a lot of people miss. So yeah, but keep searching around. Honestly, there's a bit of space at this racetrack to find things. Now, as for the dance club, I think I may prefer this one because I don't know, I feel like it's maybe a little bit less known, but either way, it is over at the iceberg biome. It is actually right over here. It's under like this piece of an iceberg or something like that, but if you go down there, you can find this big building, and if you go inside of that, that is the dance club. It's got music playing and stuff like that. Now, granted, I don't think this one has as much, chests or ammo boxes as the racetrack, but it's still got a decent amount, so you can look around, look in the different rooms, especially for ammo boxes. And if you search those, it'll help you get this challenge done. But then for the final challenge I want to talk about in this video, it is very simple, but it is the thank the bus driver in different matches. Obviously, you just gotta play different matches and remember when you're in the battle bus to thank the bus driver. Now on controllers, at least for Xbox, I know it is down on the D-pad to thank the bus driver. On PS4, I think it's probably similar down on that button pad, whatever it's called, but I'm not 100% sure about that. And then on PC, I'm not really sure what the button is, unfortunately, but either way, there is a button to press to, thank the bus driver. So yeah, guys, nothing too tough for these final overtime challenges. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more fun videos coming out in the near future. On top of that, you can check out some of my previous videos here, such as on the left, more update news, including the new iconic skin, and then on the right, another fun video I'm sure you guys will enjoy. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.